They say when things start going wrong, they all come together, like one after the other, like a fiasco, right? So today we are going to see why that happens and how to stop that. That starts happening when there is some negativity starting to build inside of you. When there is negativity inside of you, you will start seeing it outside. When you are upset, you will see the things outside that make you more upset. And when you are happy, you see the things outside that are more joyful. When you are internally feeling very happy and something goes wrong around you, you won't be bothered by it as much. But when you are already upset inside and something goes wrong, then that will bother you much more. And then you'll tell yourself, see, everything is going wrong today. Let's say you're preparing for this audition, which is very, very important to you. And you think the auditions are, let's say, 2 months from now. So you're preparing for it, you're working hard. And you have this coach who's helping you with that, training you for that, okay? Now one day your coach calls you and say, I'm really, really sorry. I thought that the audition is 2 months from now, but I don't know how, there was some mistake, but the audition is this weekend. And your heartbeat just stops for a minute. And in that moment, you feel like this wave of stress going through your body, and you say, coach, how can you do that? You are my coach. You're supposed to know that. How could you be so negligent and ignorant about this? I'm so disappointed in you. And if I lose in that audition, it is all because of you. Now what happens? That coach is already feeling bad and sulking, and he knows that he did a mistake. But now he has a student who's really, really mad at him and pointing at him. And so the coach starts getting defensive and starts defending his position. And the more he defends, the more you're going to get mad at him. You just have a few days left for your practice. And in those 4 days, whenever you walk into your hall to practice, you're going to see your coach's face and you're going to be more pissed at him. And it's going to be just horrible. In your mind and heart, you have already started to give up the hope to win that audition, right? Then you go home that day and somebody at home is waiting for you all dressed. And they're like, hey, we had plans to go for dinner tonight. And you're like, oh my God, not today. You know what? I'm sorry, but today is a horrible day. Everything is going wrong, blah, 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 blah. And I just can't do it. I'm sorry. Just leave me alone for now. And that person is all ready and waiting for you and looking forward to the nice date outside or a nice dinner. And they are disappointed at you. So you end up having a big fight with them. And you see how the things are going wrong one after the other. So now you're like, I have this audition that I'm gonna fail. My coach is a horrible coach, and now my partner is pissed at me and we had a big fight. Even he doesn't get me. Nobody is on my side. I'm just surrounded by all these horrible people. Nobody here gets me. Nobody's supporting me. How am I gonna get through this? Right? So imagine your state of mind, and without doubt, everything is going to go wrong that day. Your dinner is going to taste bad. When you look in the mirror, you are going to see a very angry and bad looking person. You are going to be mad at yourself. You're going to be mad at everything. And yes, everything is going to go wrong one after the other. So now how do we change this? The only way to change this is to find ways to look at positive side of things. If in that first instant, when your coach tells you that the audition is this weekend, if you choose to look at the positive side of things, none of this will happen. So your coach calls you saying that, I'm really, really sorry, but the audition is this weekend. I don't know how I missed it, but it is this weekend. What do you think? And your heart just sinks in that moment. And a wave of stress runs through your body, but you tell yourself, okay, breathe. You breathe, and that gives you a moment to think. And you think that, okay, thank God something told my coach that the audition is this weekend. What would have happened if he had missed that completely and I would have missed the audition altogether? Thank goodness that something out there just prompted him to go back and check the dates, and he found out that it's this weekend. That means that there is something out there that is really watching out for me and really wants me to make it through this competition. Thank you so much. And you say to your coach, thank goodness you found it out, and now we just have few days, and what do we do now? And your coach is like, let's practice extra hours, let's stay late after our regular practice session and let's just work at it, let's just make it happen, we will make it happen. So the coach knows that he did a mistake, but when he sees that you are not blaming him and you have that positive spirit, the coach wants to work with you and he wants to make up for his mistake. So then you team up. So now you have this very passionate coach on your side, and together you're working towards positive things. You're not sulking about what's going wrong. It is not taking that time away from you. Whatever time you have, you're going to be fully present and you're fully going to give your 100% or more than 100% in those few days left. Versus in the first situation, you are going to sulk about it and lose out on that time that you already have. So you and your coach makes up a plan. It's like, okay, what time is it now? 5 o'clock? Okay, let me get to the studio right now and let's practice until, let's say, 8. So we get this extra 3 hours of practice today, and then I'll come back tomorrow, and then let's see if I can take off from my work so we can really focus on this, right? So you call home and tell them that, my audition is this weekend and I absolutely do not have time right now. So I have to go there right now and I'm going to be late. And then they remind you, oh, but we were going to go for dinner tonight, right? And you're like, oh my God, I totally forgot. But you know what, you get me, right? I really need to be at the studio to practice. And let's do this. I'm going to be at the studio from 5 to 8. Let's see if we can change our reservation to like 8:30 or something, and let's go later. Will it be okay? Can you please? And your partner is already sensing that. They know how hard you work for that audition. So yes, it's the exact same situation, but now they know the urgency of the situation and they know how important it is for you. So they are going to work with you because you are not upset at them, you are not yelling at them and just cancel the dinner altogether. You wanted to work with them. It is just the positive energy, the positive mindset that you have. So it's all about that. When things start going wrong, it's not that the things are going wrong, it's our way of looking at things is getting more and more negative. And the more we do that, the more we feel that negativity and that heaviness inside, and the more we react out of that to the external situations. And everybody around is going to sense that. The people around you are going to sense that through your body language. Even if you don't say anything, just through your body language, they'll see that energy and they're going to interact with you by taking that as an input from you. Versus when you are positive, they will get that positivity and they will interact with you in a very different way. So it's all inside. Any kind of negativity is like a poison. And when you are thinking negative thoughts, that poison is inside of you. No matter who you are directing it at, it is still inside of you, right? So whether or not they get that negativity is up to them, but it is already inside of you. So it's already starting to affect you. And the moment you start thinking negative and you pay attention to your body, you will feel how that negativity is carving you from inside. You will really feel that. So the best you can do is just be aware. Just be aware that, okay, I'm thinking negative, something is not right here, and that needs attention first. Not that person outside, not that situation, something inside of me. And only when I am at peace inside is when I can actually respond to the situations outside. When I can actually be productive in the world outside. So really note that it is always inside. Nothing is outside. See, the same thing happened in both situations, right? Your heartbeat just stopped and this wave of stress just went all over your body. But in that moment, you chose to breathe and be positive, to look at the brighter side of things. And that is how you changed this entire train of situations. So that is the lesson here. Whenever you feel like something is going wrong, then just stop and breathe and look at both sides of things. You already know what is going negative, but also look at the positive things. What is the brighter side of things here? And you will always find something. And if you cannot find something, then really dig deeper and ask yourself, what inside of me is pulling me down to this negativity? What is pulling me down to this low vibration? And you might find that there is something that happened yesterday. It's not even related to this situation. Something that happened yesterday, and some negative thought or some negative worry or fear from yesterday is pulling you down to this negativity and making you think that it's this person, this situation today is what is causing that. Ask yourself, what inside of me needs attention right now? What needs to be healed? What went wrong? And once you fix that, you're over it, right? That is healed. Then you will be in a position to look at positive things in the current situation. And you don't have to blame yourself for it. Like, don't be hard on yourself, like, why am I so negative? Don't do that. This is a time when you really need to be kind to yourself, and only by doing that you will understand yourself. If you're too hard on yourself, the situation is going to get even worse. Already the external situations are making you feel bad, and now you are making yourself feel bad. So don't go on that track. Really work with yourself like a team. I've talked a lot, but the only lesson I want you to take from this whole discussion is that whenever you find yourself thinking negative, finding flaws of others, or just looking at how things are going wrong, quickly pause, freeze, and check back with yourself and ask, okay, what is going on inside of me? What is going on inside of me? And the more you communicate with yourself, you will start enjoying this communication. It's like you are your best friend. Nobody knows you as well as you do. And the more you communicate with yourself, the more profound insights you will start getting about yourself and your life. And it is an amazing journey. It will just put you on a very fast track of personal growth. I'm talking from my personal experience and personal observations. The more you talk to yourself, the faster you will evolve. So, wish you lots and lots of positive thinking. Here's positivity for you. From all my heart. Yes, lots of positive vibes. Thank you so much.